It wasn't until I saw my husband chop down with his own hands the crabapple tree that symbolized our love that I finally understood this relationship was truly over. So I bit through my own finger and wrote a farewell letter in my blood. Then I changed into the ceremonial robes and performed the final sacred dance for him. In an instant, the entire palace was consumed by a tempest. When the sacred dance ended, my life came to its end as well. Only then did he finally drown in regret. I was originally a shrine maiden who could only perform the sacred dance 3 times in my lifetime. Years ago, to ensure his victorious return from battle, I performed my first sacred dance, but the price was losing my sight forever. He swore back then that he would love me always, promising he would never make me dance a second time, but soon after he was struck by a deadly poison, his life hanging by a thread. To save my husband's life, I had no choice but to perform the second sacred dance. But when he woke, the first person he laid eyes on was that scheming woman, and he mistook her for his savior. So he married that scheming woman and made her his princess consort. But not long after, she fell gravely ill and became bedridden. Countless physicians were summoned, but all were helpless. In desperation, he had no choice but to turn to me, begging me to perform the sacred dance one more time. He had completely forgotten the promise he made back then. I begged my husband to reconsider carefully, but all I received in return was him accusing me of being selfish. Just then, a maid suddenly rushed in with news that the scheming woman had fallen gravely ill, so he hastily shoved me aside and rushed toward her quarters. However, he had no idea that the price of the third sacred dance was my life itself. After returning to his room, he told the scheming woman that he would make sure I performed the sacred dance for her. The scheming woman was secretly gloating inside. In truth, she wasn't sick at all. She just wanted to force me to perform my final dance so that no one would ever be able to compete with her for him again. The next day, to completely secure him for herself, she deliberately scalded me with a burning hot iron kettle. Then, timing his entrance perfectly, she pretended I had pushed her down, putting on a pitiful display. Seeing this, his heart ached unbearably, and he lashed out at me without even asking what happened. No matter how I tried to explain, he refused to believe me. I never imagined that after sacrificing everything for him, I still couldn't measure up to the scheming woman's fabricated lies. In that moment, my heart turned ice cold, but the scheming woman still wasn't satisfied. She knew the crabapple tree in the courtyard symbolized our love, so she manipulated him into chopping it down to cure her illness. The deceived man immediately agreed, and the very next day ordered the servants to cut it down. When I heard the commotion, I rushed over to stop them, but blind as I was, I had no power to prevent it and nearly got crushed by the falling tree. Fortunately, he saved me just in time and scolded me, asking if I had lost my mind acting like a fool over a tree. I remembered how years ago, beneath that very tree, he had sworn an oath promising to love only me for his entire life. Now he had long forgotten that vow. Then he brought up the scheming woman's condition again, urging me to perform the sacred dance as soon as possible. Seeing how heartless my beloved had become, I decided to give him exactly what he wanted. I would make him taste the bitterness of regret.